listen, let me say something. We are childhood friends. We grew up together. So this brother is going to talk out of pure experience. Y'all better listen up, because he ain't got no reason to lie. He ain't got to lie on nobody. He more qualified to talk about this subject than I'm able to talk about it. So, brother, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your serving, for you serve these communities. So let us hear it. Let us have it, brother.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank you for blessing me with coming onto your platform.
Right.
And it's an honor. And I just want to say, you know, I'm gonna start with the topic. I'm gonna go off topic a little bit. I want to talk about far as, you know, parents raising kids to be better than they were and better off to them, but at what cost? Okay. At what cost do you want your kids to be better than you? Far as harboring them, taking up for them when you know your kids out here carjacking, sticking up people. You know, I don't understand it. You know, you got to throw these kids under the bus. And for these females that's saying that they can't raise boys into men, that's not true. You got to start early, because once at 8 or 9, it's too late. Once your son get about 8 or 9 and you haven't implemented structure in his life, it's too late. You can't wait till you 13, 14, 15. It's too late, because he already got a set pattern in his life and in his mind that he gonna go out and do what he doing. So when about time these women wanna come and like, well, my son, he's out of control. I can't raise no man. He need his father. That's not true. My mother raised us. She raised 6 kids, and we all turned out fine. You know, we all had good careers, good jobs, and everything. So, you know, when females and mothers say they can't raise no boy into a man, I disagree. I totally disagree with that, you know. And far as, you know, just it's crazy out here that these kids, and the topic on was something you was hitting on yesterday, far as, yeah, post their pictures. Not only post their pictures up, put their address on there. I want to know if a carjack or criminal or sex offender staying next to me. I want to know that, you know. So it's just like, you know, it's crazy, man. We living in a crazy world. When we was growing up, Marty, all we thought about is, you know, a couple of game bangers, people fist fight, and it's over with. You back right. Friends the next day. These people now, you have a fist fight. They can't fight. They want to shoot you, want to shoot your house up, you know, want to kill your kids. It's crazy, man. And I just don't understand it. I worked in the prison system for over 25 years. And a lot of times, these boys who think they gangsters and think they plug, once they get in there, it's a whole different story. They get in there, you're not plugged. You're going to be somebody bitch. And I hate to put it in use terms like that, but that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to be somebody bitch. Because they come in there, and a lot of times families, they, you know, they don't have money. They can't send money. So what the inmates to do, who's been there for a while, they'll feed them. Hey, here you go. Take these noodles. Take this commissary. But you're going to have to pay the piper one day. And when they want to get paid, and they're going to tell you, reach out to your family. I want to be compensated for all the stuff I gave you. And they can't compensate them, but they, hey, man, you're going to have to do something. And you know what's next. Hey, man, you're going to have to give up that mouth for that booty. And you're going to give it up, because you're going to get your ass whooped every day in there if you don't. You know?
Let me ask you a question. Do that really happen in jail? Because I had a brother that came
yes, it does.
Prison for 17 years, and he ain't never seen nothing like that.
Well, I worked there for over 25, and yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. It's swept under the rug, and a lot of people come in, and what they do, when you come in the system, they test you for AIDS and all type of STDs, but when you leave out, they don't test you for anything. And all these women thinking, well, my man in jail, when he get home, I'm gonna be like, a lot of the men go in there, man, they come out, they sleep. It's like a switch they turn on. They go in there, they heterosexual, they come out, they in there homosexual, they come back out heterosexual again. They go in, and what I'm saying is they go in there straight, they go in there and get turned out, now they're sleeping with men, then they come back on the street and want to sleep with women again. And a lot of times they catch diseases in there, man, and they bring them out. They come out, and you'll be surprised on the percentage of homosexuals in that prison, man.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Buff dudes and everything.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a young man come in prison Stay hard, but leave out switching.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. But and a lot of times they don't want their families to visit them, because if you somebody's boyfriend in there, you can't go out of character. You got to stay in character. Even if people come to visit you, you can't go there and be trying to be a man. You got to go there with whatever, Kool-Aid on your lips and whatever. You got to act feminine, because if anybody else in that visiting room at the time tell your man that you was up there acting like a man, you gonna have to pay his hell to pay. And it's crazy, because the penitentiary rules are, it's crazy because the ones who's giving it, they not considered gay. It's just the ones receiving it. And I can't understand that. The act itself is gay, and I don't understand it. So
a lot of people don't hear saying that's the old days and all that.
no, it's no, old days my ass. It's not reported. And I want to jump from topic to topic, but
right.
I want to also get my point across as far as different rules for different races. And I told my daughters, when they went to college, the same rules don't apply to you that for them white girls you're going to school with. It's two different rules. Like my daughter, she went down there. It was 11 girls. She was the only black girl. 10 other white ones. They toilet bombing people's houses out down there by the college dorm, down there out in the little community toilet. You know what? It was 11 of them. My daughter, the only one, went to the police station. They let all the white girls, and she wasn't. I know she wasn't the leader. I know my daughter wouldn't come. And I told her, I say, Dad, you gonna come get me? I say, no, call your mother, because I told you when you get down there, the same rules don't apply for us. It's two different systems. They got their system, which is the privileged system, and we got our system, which is the oppressed system. And I've been to court. I took over, I'll probably say like 3,000 inmates to court. And I see the judge, the same cases, the same point system, but they get a white guy, they get him 2 years probation, but get a black guy 10 years in prison. It happens all the time. And until we start teaching our youth that the same rules, is it fair? No, it's not fair. The same rules, it don't apply for us that it apply for them. It don't apply for them white kids. It don't. It's different. And until they really,
let me say this too. Now, how about it in when it comes to prison guards and stuff like that? You was one. Is it that way too? Is it tailored to different prison guards too, like that?
Yeah, of course. I can handcuff somebody too tight and I'm fired. The Caucasians, they can kill somebody and they sweep it up under the rug, man. I'm retired now, so I can say this. And whoever watching, and I know some of my co-workers, they watching, and the white one's gonna be like, no, that's not true. But the black one's gonna be like, yeah, that's most definitely. I witnessed that. I witnessed that.
So you worked. You don't have to tell me where you worked at, but you worked in the state of Illinois, right?
Yeah, I worked at Joliet Prison and Stateville for over 25 years. So I had no shame. And anybody on here see me, they know I always treated all inmates with dignity and respect. And I treated them the way they treated me. Now, if you come with me with bullshit, I was giving you bullshit. But for the most part, I kept it real. And I see the racism in there. I see all the racism. And they used to come to me, inmates, like, it's not fair. I told them life ain't fair. It's not. It's two different rules, man. And until we start, like I say, I know I'm reiterating, but until we start teaching our kids, our black and brown kids, that the same rules don't apply. It don't. It never will. Not no time soon. So.
Well, we had a conversation earlier, and you were talking about how some mothers, and not the bash mothers, how they treat their little boys, they baby their little boys. Tell
you
them,
can't.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I say, we sit here and you want to, and a lot of times, yeah, women can raise men. I mean, women can raise boys to men, but you got to stop babying these boys. Yeah, you need to show everybody a sensitive side, because we all sensitive human beings, but you got to let the little boys be little boys. You can't sit here and sugarcoat them when they get in trouble in school. You can't sit here and take up for them. You got to let them be responsible at 4 and 5, because once they pass 5 and these parents try to like, well, I'm gonna come down. No, it's too late. And I hate to say that, when they get about 6 or 7, it's too late. You got to start when they 3, 4, and 5. Because once they get 6 and 7, I hate to say it's too late. Because it's something in their brain, a pattern, whatever. They're gonna take that on into their, teenage years, into their adulthood. So it's hard, man. And these parents, like I say, I put a big emphasis on these females trying to raise men. You can't baby them. You got to let them. Don't stop taking up for them in these schools. When they having a fight, have them responsible. Let them be responsible in consequences for their action. You got, well, my son wouldn't do that. And it started at an early age, and you see all the time. Bebe didn't shot the whole fucking block up, but Bebe, he was a straight A student. He never did. These parents don't. Once these kids get 13 and 14, man, they so manipulative. They can manipulate their parents, climb out windows. They go kill the whole block and climb back through the window. Oh, my baby was in his sleep. My baby would never do that. No, your baby out there gang banging and terrorizing the neighborhood. I heard on the news you had this 10-year-old, a repeated car offender, man, a carjacker. 11. Yeah, he started at 10.
Oh.
He repeating carjacking, man. Put his ass face out there, put his mama out there, put the address out there, and you got to do something, because the thing is not working. And when these parents saying that, oh, and I would like to point out too, I think it was earlier you on your platform, you had somebody earlier on here and say, yeah, the military, when these kids graduate, if they successful enough to make it to graduate high school, put their ass in the military, man. The military saved my life, man. I was out in these streets. I was doing bad. The military saved my life, man. 100%. Because I already know if it wasn't military, dead or in jail. There was my options. Dead, in jail, or military. And you learn a purpose in life. You learn a self-inner loving of yourself, man. Because these kids on these streets, they don't care. They don't love nobody. They love flash and getting these cars. They want to ride at 13. They watching all these rap videos that these ballers driving, doing all this stuff, getting tattoos all over their face. Yeah, the rappers can get tattoos on their face because they millionaires. Here you are, 13 or 14 years old. You ain't start life. Where you gonna go get a job at with tattoos on your face, man? Who gonna hire you to represent their company? McDonald's, Burger King, nobody.
Hey, so, somebody said this Nigro sound like he hate children.
No, I don't hate children. I got 6 kids. I don't hate children. I'm a realist, and I know what it takes. Cause I ain't none of my kids out in these streets shooting nobody. And it was that tough love. And sometimes it got to be that. I never took up for my kids. They fucked up in school. They getting their ass whooped in school. I love my kids. I don't hate kids. All my kids, all my daughters, like college graduates. All of them. And going on further, like I got one daughter, she's a captain in the Army, going for a PhD. Wow. All my kids graduated right over there on 58th and Cottage from the University of Chicago with a master's degree, my 25-year-old. So that tough love, that's one thing I never did. I never took sides, even though my kids was wrong, even though they was right sometimes, they wouldn't know that in front of that teacher. I'm not finna sit here and, yeah, you hit you singling. Why would the teacher single out? They got 30 kids in the class. Why would they single out your child? And I told my kids that, why would the teacher just single you out? For what? You got 29 other kids in the class. Why would they just single you out? So I never took up and stood up for my kids, man. Not in no capacity like that. I didn't do it. But you got these parents now, going up to the school, want to fight the teacher. Want to beat the teacher up and all this stuff. For what? Your kids up in there cursing, ain't learning, fighting the teacher, disrupting the class, man.
Somebody asked a question. Have you ever seen another prison guard abusing somebody?
All the time. All the time. In there calling niggers and all this. And they didn't do it in front of me because they know I didn't play that, man. I didn't. But yeah, it happens. But what can you do? I try to do as much as I can. Any inmate on here that ever, and I know it's something on your platform, that any ever served, they can tell you, they can come on here and tell you, I was always fair. I was firm, but I was fair. And I tell them, hey, I told them my thing was, Your job is to do little slick stuff and get away with it. My job is to catch you. If I can do my job better than you, you need to do something else. You need to get you a job in the kitchen or something, because you can't out here trying to maneuver and pass stuff. Because if I'm catching you every time you ain't doing, don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. Go look in the mirror and get mad at yourself because you're not doing something right. Go get a job in the kitchen or somewhere. Nice, and they know I kept it real with them. You know.
Have you ever had fights inside the prison?
Yeah, well, when I was early, I was straight out the Marine Corps, so yeah, I thought it was tough and can whoop the whole prison, but you can't. I learned. The lieutenant pulled me to the side, like, listen here, man, you can whoop them more with your mind, because you ain't whooping these guys. They on the out there in the yard lifting weights all day. So, and plus, a lot of times you always outnumbered. Sometimes 80-2, 80-4, 40-2. So you're not gonna whoop them. You got to outsmart them. You got to outthink them. You know, you got to compromise a lot, and you got to realize that's their home. As much as they don't want to call it home, but it's their home. You come in here to visit. Like when you go in somebody's house, you got to respect their house. That's how I treated that. I respected their house until they disrespected me, and I ain't had too much trouble. I had my job was easy, man. I had it easy, but it was always that potential there, the potential there that I'm not gonna make it out of here, you know. So, and I always had that in the back of my mind because a lot of people didn't. You know, a lot of people get killed in there, man.
What about people in there that's gambling and know they don't have no means to back it up? You ever encountered some of those cases?
Yeah, all the time, man. And what they do is now you in debt with these other inmates. You got to put a hit out on somebody. You got to go steal out the kitchen. You got to do something to get paid. Or, like I say, sexual favors. You're going to pay one way or the other in the jail. So
wow. So what about the inmates that take advantage? You seen the young boys take advantage of? Some of young small.
Oh yeah, all the time. They come in there, like I say, they had no support from their family, and they come in there, and this older inmate who's never getting out, and they come in there and feed them all this commissary, do all this stuff for them, and next thing you know, they got to pay the piper. They sit there, you either gonna put a hit out on somebody, they make, you know, they use you as a tool, or they use you as a sex slave. So you're gonna pay the piper. So, and you know what amazed me when I was in there, because you know I used to watch the prison movies and all that, and I never thought that these guys have sex in them, man. And I was shocked. Cause I walked up on it the first time and I kept walking. I was shocked, you know. But like I say, it is what it is. And you know, so I tell these people, don't, and what really disturbed me about the prison system is you got a lot of black and brown people going to prison, think they're gonna get treated. You ain't get treated right on the streets. What makes you think you're gonna go to this white man prison? And I say white man prison and think you're gonna go in there and get treated any better. It's worse than that, man. It is. So, you know, but like I say, that military saved my life, man. And that's what I wanted all my kids. I wanted all my kids to join the military because it gives you a purpose in life. And a lot of people say, no, the military is a white man thing. Well, it helped me. And everybody I know in there, everybody I know who was in the military, you know, it helped them in life. I have no complaints.
Have you ever experienced any big time gang leaders come in there and they get the, what about have you like a prison fight, a yard fight or something? How do you guys handle that?
Yeah, with them tower officers, you know, you got to shoot, make everybody lay down, and you know, it happens. But you know what? I have to send a shout out to Minister Rico, because when I was there, I was still young, and he controlled his pod. And see what they need to do, like, and I think this will work. You got to let Jeff Ford and you got to let these guys out. Maybe they can control this, do something, man, because it's just out here. It's just bad out here, man. And we need some else. The stuff that, and I'm gonna tell you right now. And like another thing, before I forget too, that when the guy was speaking earlier from the military that he said he was locked up too, he was saying that far as they don't understand in the prison system, they don't understand black and brown people. They understand exactly what's going on. They don't want to help because it's money. They ain't trying. They understand us 100%. They understand us. We in there fighting and killing each other, and that's what that sells. That keep them employed. So that's what it is, you know. Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever had a racist warden?
I would like to say, you know, yeah. And the question would have been, have you never not had a racist warden?
Okay.
Just my opinion. I know people gonna call me a bigot and he lying, but yeah, but I can't call him racist because one thing I did notice, like if you get a Hispanic warden, he take care of his people. You get a white warden, he take care of his people. You get a black warden, he want to take care. Now he want to take care of everybody. It's like I'm taking, you know, and you can't knock them out. Would I say racist? Is borderline racist, but you can't really say that because they take care of their own. Just because we don't take care of our own, we can't. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Racist, maybe. Nah, maybe I wouldn't say racist, but they just took care of their own. They watched out for their own.
Race first. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I tell you, you take care of your own. You know?
And maybe people looked at it, and from my perspective, I did look at it like racist, but once you wake up and realize, like, well, no, he's just doing for his people, which we can't knock him because all it's not doing for us. Now, like, you know, it was like a black one get in there, like, yeah, make sure you do this and all that. No, because I couldn't, me personally, I know if I was the warden or something, which I could have did, but you get too I got complacent in there. I got the I got the, you know, complacent in my job because I was taking inmates all over throughout the state of Illinois, you know, for transferring them and renting them out to different places. So I love being outside the institution because ain't nothing but evil spirits in there and, you know, demons. And people go in prison, like they used to have like workshops. They used to have trades in there when I first started, machine shops, soap, mattress, all type of factories for everybody had a chance. Now, prisoners go in there and learn different corrupt. They learn different street slang and how to be corrupt in there. So it's crazy, man. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. My experience working in that prison, you know, I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world, man. Being in the Marine Corps, then going straight into working in that prison, man, I was blessed, man. So I can count on one hand in over 25 years working in it that I had bad days. And a lot of times I could have cut it off, but me coming out the Marine Corps and thought I can whoop everybody, I escalated stuff. I didn't use my brain, but once I started using my brain, the job was like easy, man. My hardest part is waking up, getting to work. But I always knew that potential that I wasn't gonna make it home. It was the potential in there that you're not making it home. You know. Have
you lost one of your comrades, one of your guards, your co-workers in there in prison?
Well, yeah, due to like PTSD and not physically by inmates, because a lot of correction officers, we don't call them prison guards, we call them correction officers. A lot of our correction officers we got assaulted and all that stuff, but away from the job, man. The toll that it happened in the job, a lot of suicides going on right now as we speak today in our job, man. And I just want to say that, and a lot of times it's not the inmates, man. It's the administration. You got to deal with these guys that's never getting out, the pressure of that. Then you got the administration on your back, man. Just fucking with you for no reason, man. The motherfuckers get promoted and think I trained you. Now you promoted and now you want to try to flex on me. There's a lot of that going on. Jockeying for positions and all that, kissing ass and all that, man. You the same motherfucker I know, and I didn't accept that, man. I don't give a fuck if you was the warden, whoever. I'm not accepting none of that. I ain't accept none of that. And then I was labeled as like somewhat the problem child or the inmate lover. All I want to do is get these guys what they got coming, try to talk to them and encourage them, and maybe I can just reach one. Get out there and do right. But a lot of times they get out there and do the same thing. Man, I'm going back to the block, and you already know you're going back to that block, man. You already know the same results.
Did you guys have any female correction officers?
All the time. Yeah, they was there too.
They was there, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. We talked earlier today, and you were saying that some of these guys need to change the environment when they get in jail. so they can change. Talk
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, just like I was saying, if you go to the same place, you're gonna get the same results. You got a different environment. You can't go from the hood of Chicago to the hood of California. You're gonna get the same results because you're always trying to, you know, show your image that I'm tough and all this. No, go to somewhere else where it's relaxed, that you can let your head down and relax, man, and get you a nice job, man. Before I do one day in that prison, I prefer to be at McDonald's scrubbing toilets with toothbrushes, man. That's how wicked that place is in there, man. And a lot of these kids don't know. They think they plug. When you get in there, you ain't plugged. So you somebody sent off. You a sent off, or you're gonna be somebody's sex slave. And a lot of times, I know a lot of my coworkers gonna disagree, but it's still there. They cover it up, man. It's still there. It's in there all the time. And what I didn't like too, you got somebody with 400 years, they'll put a young guy in there who got 3 years with a guy who got 400 years. And after a while, he trying to brainwash him. Hey, man, you can do this and get away with it. And next thing you know, that guy who went in there with 3 years, he got 20 years now. It happens all the time. And I try to talk to them, but they know these kids know everything now. And I see it happen all the time, man.
Have you ever seen any boys in there, 15? What's the youngest inmate that you ever seen? 15, 14?
No, I've seen 17 with 2 natural life. He's never getting out.
Wow. Wow.
Never getting out. And I talked to him. He said he never slept with a woman. He never had sex. And, you know, and I was saying to my mind, like, yeah, you don't have to wait for too long because you'll be, you know, you're going to start, because he was very vulnerable and he was timid. And so I already knew. So all these gangsters out here, they're slapping their mama and doing all this stuff, fighting their sisters and stuff. There's a whole different beast in that prison. You ain't going in there. You ain't going in there doing that. And back in the day when I first started, like with the child molesters and all this, they used to beat the shit out of them, but now it's kind of changing now. I guess they give them the pass, man. So it's so many people in there doing that now that's locked up for that. I guess they giving them passes now. But back when I first started, or you was a child molester, you was getting your ass whooped on that yard. You ain't come outside. They gonna get you though. You trying to run the PC, they gonna get you everywhere, you know. So that's how it was.
Yeah. So how did y'all deal with mental illness inside of the joint, the correction?
They ignored it. They treated them like they was a problem child. They treated them like you know better, but they did. Now they doing a lot. Now lately, it's all about mental health.
Okay. Now I got a question.
That.
Remember we talked earlier about these guys taking this medicine and coming out trying to get on disability. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a new thing. That's a new hustle now. They come in there and for some reason, the old heads telling them, hey, man, you take this medication. I seen people coming in for 6 to 8 years, doped up the whole time on this medication high and stay in their cell, just go out to eat, don't go to the yard. 8 years later, getting out. Yeah, man, make sure you apply for Social Security. That's a new hustle. And I'm thinking, like, who can live off $800 or $900 a month, man? But that's a new hustle.
Wow, man, this thing is real. So sum it up in conclusion.
Yeah, and wait, hold on. I'm reading some of was you an inmate? You might as well say I was an inmate. I worked over there 25 years, and I ain't gonna lie, I had some family members come through there, cousins come through there. A lot of my friends came through there. So hey, I knew behind the scenes, under the scenes, I knew all that. So yeah, you might as well say I was an inmate. I gave that prison over 25 years of my life. So there you go.
All right. Do y'all want to answer me any questions on the comments? Maybe you can answer some questions for you guys.
As long as they're respectable questions and not so
now you know
not to deal with that folly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
yeah. Anybody got any questions that they want to ask him? He's done 25, so he's more qualified to talk about this than me.
And I'm keeping it real because, like I say, I'm retired now and can't nobody do shit to me. Them wardens or whoever, I'm retired. And all the motherfuckers who thought I was a problem child, they can kiss my ass. Because I kept it real in there and I'm keeping it real now. And whoever don't like it, for y'all who know where I stay at, and just, you know, we can come and discuss this like grown men. You know, talk about it. I'm not into that violence, you know. I'm not into that violence. So we come talk about, have a debate or anything.
Right. Anybody, you reading these comments, they ain't saying nothing. You cover
Help
all
me
the
who? Military, you can't control nothing. These young. Yeah, they right. Some of you can't control these. Like I say, when they say you can't control these, what's young? You got to start at 5, 6, and 7. Once they get 8, once they get like 6, 7, and 8, it's too late. That's what's wrong with these mothers now. Yeah, you can raise a boy into a man, but they starting too late. They won't start at 13 when they beating up the teacher, cursing out. But it's too late. I never say it's too late, but it's damn near impossible. Because the school, all they want to do is lock you up. They don't want to give you no counseling. All they want to do is throw a black and brown child. They just want to throw them in jail. They don't give them no counseling whatsoever. They think it's to handcuff them and take them to jail. And so.
right. They said, what year you was at Stateville?
I was from when they closed Joliet, I was there from. I just put it this way. I started there in 202 when they closed Joliet. I went to Stateville. I was there from 202. I started there in 2002, when they closed Joliet. So, speak of the female officers, hey, they was just like us. They was in the grind too, And a lot of times they didn't let. I knew like 2 or 3 white females that worked sale houses. White females couldn't work sale houses. They had them in special positions or away from inmates. You had them sisters back there like in the trenches. But them they couldn't put them whites back there,
Well, I heard somebody on here say the guards bring drugs inside the prisons.
You get, what's it proof? Yeah, you got a lot of people, yeah. Anything you get, everything is corrupt, man. Yeah, you got guards correction officers bringing drugs into the prison. You got visits on visits. You can't stop that 100%, man. And if a lot of times, if people getting high on the street, if they got a little money, they getting high in jail, man. Ain't no, it's the world. The world go round, man. Motherfucker come throw some shit over the wall, or inmates, on visits. You got motherfucking correction officers. Not all of them. I say you got a percentage of everything is corrupt. Like you got bad cops, you got bad politicians, and everything. So. Hey, everything is corrupt.
Oh man,
all predators get protected now. Yeah, well, they're not really protected. It's not like they focus on something else. They focus on just trying to be slick, man. It's not. They don't put no big emphasis on whooping motherfuckers. Like when I first started, if you came in there as a predator or a pedophile, you was getting your head cracked open. So, yeah.
Somebody asked a question. Do prisoners run the prison, or the correction office run it now?
Well, really, it's the mental health doctors that run it now.
Okay.
Yeah, because they like the patients. Well, just give them some drugs, let them sleep. That's the new thing now. Everybody is from a mental health, which I say they should have been did that. Like when they closed all these mental health facilities in Illinois, Tinley Park and a bunch of other ones. Yeah, they just threw them on the street, and guess what? They ended up 95% of them ended up in the prison system, and they didn't know how to deal with them. They treated them like problem childs, but they had mental health issues, and a lot of that stemmed from just like bringing them off the street with these issues, not medicating them, not giving them the proper counseling and medication. Then when it's at the end, you in the 4th quarter, now we trying to treat somebody. Just like, and I want to make a comparison, just like these female parents with these kids. You can't wait to the 2nd and 3rd and 4th quarter to try to make these boys into men. You got to get them early, because if you wait to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, it's too late. They're out there in them streets already. At 7 and 8, they're in them streets. And they don't want to listen to you. Well, my mom, she keep telling me this. Oh, come on over here, shorty, man. You keep a little money in your pocket, man. These little females, you come and ride with us and look good, get a little jewelry or something. What you think? You got an 8, 9-year-old, what they gonna take? They mama on their back, or they gonna take them streets with all the luxury and all the perks out there? They gonna take them streets 99.9% of the time. That's why these parents need to start, these mothers. And I'm not just putting a big emphasis on mothers, but 9 times out of 10 in these single family households, it's the mother raising these boys. They need to start early, man, and give them a structure. Not just letting them go outside to play. Take them to the museum, have picnics with them, take them to the zoo, do stuff like that. Just don't, you can't put them kids out in the street now. They can't go play in the yard no more. This ain't the day and time for that. They can't play in these streets no more. You got to take them and do structured stuff with them. If not, they're in them streets. At 6 and 7, 8, it's too late.
So what do you say about a lot of your repeat offenders that come in? They tell you, man, I ain't coming back to this place, and you look up 2 months later, they back in there.
I already know. Even when they tell me, I'm getting out, I'm saying, where you going? Well, I'm gonna go back. What? I'm like, yeah, I see you. I tell them too. I'm keeping. Why you say that? I'm like, I'm just keeping it real. If you go to the same place and do the same thing, you're gonna get the same results. So when they say I'm going back, I already know who's coming back, and I can tell. I'm usually right on about who's coming back. Now, when I hear somebody like, man, I got to get away from here. I got a son that I want, I got to get away from here. And a lot of times I was listening to the guy in a wheelchair earlier. He didn't have to go through that, man. If something reached him, now he see, and he want his son to be better. I just hope he don't coddle his son. You got to let him know, keep it real with him. You go out here and do this and that, this is what's going to happen. A lot of these females, they emotional, and if something happened to their son, yeah, that's a natural instinct of a parent is to coddle their sons and care. But you got to let them be responsible and let them hold them accountable for stuff. Because if you letting them get away, like I see some of these videos out here, man, that they letting their kids out here cursing, grabbing their dick, when they sagging their pants, man. You just setting them up for penitentiary, man. You setting him up for failure. You can just see. Yeah, I can just talk. I'm so good now. I can just talk to like a teenager for like 10 minutes, and I can tell you everything about him and where he headed and what his future is. Just by sitting there talking to him. Even when they're trying to bullshit me, because I used to sit here and dissect these inmates and listen to them. And that's what you got to do, man. Like these mothers, you got to sit here and listen to your kids. They might saying, Mom, I'm doing this and that. You got to sit there and listen. Don't just take their word at face value. You got to dissect it. And like my kids, they knew if there's something going on, I pay to rent this house, I take their fucking doors off. You got to treat these kids like kids. These kids cursing their mom out, slamming doors on them. Don't come in my room, knock first. Okay, I'll knock first. I'll take the door off. They know me, they know. And people who know me, they laughing because they know how I am. I ain't play that, man. A lot of these parents try to be their kids' friend. Now, we can be friendly, but I'm your parent and you're going to act accordingly. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to just like disrespecting this other elder outside the house, you disrespecting me too. So I didn't play that. And they know it. So.
Wow. So I want you to say, what should we do as a Black race? How can we help? I'm looking for solutions. How can we help change a generation of young folks, young Black men and women coming up? What should we do as parents?
You got to have a structure. You got to have a structure set out for them. Guidelines at an early age, at 3, 4, 5. You got to get them used to a structure, and hold them accountable for all their actions. You letting these little 3 and 4-year-olds curse and get away with it and laughing and posting them on YouTube and Facebook. That's not funny. You setting them up for failure. That's all this. And some people say, it don't take a village. It take one parent. It take one strict parent, consistently strict parent. Not I'm gonna punish you today, but tomorrow I'm gonna let you get away with it. You gotta stay consistent with these 2, 3, and 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds. Get a structure in their life and make them adhere to that. And if you do that, they're gonna be all right. Don't wait till they 9 and 10. It's too late. You didn't let your kids get away with everything under the sun. Now all of a sudden they 9, 10, and you punish them. They're gonna rebel, curse you out, and fight back, and it's too late.
For some of these parents, and they teen parents, they don't know what you mean with structure. Now just give them an example of some structure.
Yeah. Structure is when, like, making up your bed when you get out, keeping your room clean, wiping the toilet, just little things, just small things that they can accomplish, that they can be proud about themselves. Vacuuming, cleaning up your room, keeping your room tidy, making up your bed when you get out, help wash the dishes, help clean up the house, go rake the leaves out the yard, stuff like that. And then structure 2 is also the parents are accountable too. You got to take your kids, introduce them to certain things, different things, not just hanging out on the block or in the backyard. Take them, like I said earlier, I know I'm reiterating, take them to the zoo, take them to the park. Don't just send them to the park and sit over there and play on your, go, you know, get with them, you know, play with them, you know. To museum, to the shared aquarium. It's all type of stuff to do. Take them downtown, just walk around, let them look at the big buildings, man. Take them to the North Beach, let them look around, man. You know, that's what I'm talking about, structure, and be consistent with that. These parents now, they throw their kids in front of their TV. Now it's the cell phone or these video games, and they playing this Grand Theft Auto, these Gears of War and all these combat games, and they think they can just, and it's in their brain too, because these kids playing this at the age of 5, 6, and 7. And when they get in these streets, okay, so they're gonna relate back to that. Oh, I need to get me a gun, I can shoot him, but they still 8, 9, and 10. Their reality ain't set in yet. Their reality is some video games, because that's all they know. They don't know about the zoo and looking at lions and reading the little captions on what the lion outside the lion cage and where they from and what they do. My kids did all that, man. You don't need money. They got free. You can go to the shared aquarium. They got free days, and the museum. They got free days. Take them and just don't take them and let them go. Go with them and, you know, and explain to them what's going on and what this dinosaur is, and, you know, different earth rocks and everything. You gotta let their mind wander, man. You got to let them be creative, not these fucking video games just shooting everybody up, because they're going to end up in prison. They are. And I guarantee you it will work. If these females, I know, because like I said, I keep putting the emphasis on these females, because they are raising the black and brown kids today, mostly. But, and they got to take some accountability too. You know your motherfucking man ain't shit. He out there shooting up, gang banging. Why would you want to have a baby with him? He out there shooting up the whole fucking block. What you think your son gonna do? You letting him go? If he is in the baby life, you sending him out in the street like that. He with his father didn't just shot 3 people. When they come and retaliate, they don't care about kids. They don't honor kids, old people, or women no more. That's gone. So when you get out here and you're sleeping with these gang bangers or these drug dealers, and well, yeah, my son, why he acting up? Because a lot of times when the father do, a lot of times it's best the father don't be in their life. You know, because they out there selling drugs, gang banging. You know, not all of them, but you know, some of them. So women, you know, you got to take accountability too. You got to hold some responsibility when you're getting these no good motherfuckers out here. Expect that. Expect no good shit. He ain't taking care of his kids. He don't come see his kids. He got 30 other kids. He ain't see them motherfuckers, and you knew. Now all of a sudden, you want him to come. You think he gonna stop and come see your kid? We got 30 other kids out there he don't visit. But that's what they like. Not all of them, but that roughneck. A lot of women like that roughneck and that fancy and that high drug life. They want to be seen riding around in his Cadillac with the rims on it, with the TVs and the loud sound. They want to be seen. Where you should have your ass somewhere sitting around your kids, getting your kids instructions.
Yeah.
So
Chris,
I'm not gonna blame it all on the kids. It starts with the parents, man. It do.
Let me say this. I know I said it the other day. Our best investment as parents, not bitcoins, not houses and all that, is our children. That's our best investment.
And that's one thing I did, man. And some of your comments, I know not all black men are locked up. No, I ain't saying that. And a lot of times, even the black men like me, you don't hear about the successful black men. You don't hear about them because they're not in the news. They're not out there. Their kids ain't out there running wild because they had some structure in their kids' life. They take them places. They take them out the country. They take them to different states. So you don't hear about them. So some of your followers saying, well, hey, I know that. Come on, man. I know all black people ain't locked up. All black men ain't locked up. It's a lot of successful black men out here. And I'm one of them. You know, I came from 220 East 63rd Street in the projects. I stayed in abandoned buildings. I've been homeless. But that didn't tempt me to go out here and want to kill nobody or shoot nobody or rob nobody. I put my boots on and I went to work, man. I created a good life for myself, man.
What do you think about the music they listen to, the drill music?
it's just a send off. It send them, it send a wrong message. And like I say, all these, they trying to sell music. They millionaires, but they don't know how it's affecting our youth. They don't, but they don't care. They want to sell. They want to make money, man. They want to make money. But see, if these rappers come out like Chance the Rapper, I give props up to him. He's a very positive brother. I follow him. I watch him a lot. And he's very educated, brother, like Common. It's a lot of them out there, man. It's a lot of good brothers out here. But you're gonna hear more about them gangster rappers like Chief Keef and all them before you hear about Chance the Rapper or Common, the people who doing good. Cause the news, they want to put the bad out. That's what sell. You know, murder sell, killing people, bad news sell. They don't show all the stuff that the good black man do. They don't, because it don't sell. They had that on the news. They won't get no ratings. They want to put out here carjacking. And another thing about carjacking, man, they've been carjacking. As you know, we from the hood, from the same neighborhood. Man, how long they been carjacking? For 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I got carjacked.
It's a problem because it's in the white neighborhood. It's it's downtown.
Yeah.
It's down the Gold Coast. Now it's a problem. It's been a problem for 30 years now.
I got carjacked. Hey, Chris, I got carjacked 1995, October the 1st.
Yeah, my brother got carjacked in my car. He they broke the window, bust his head. They didn't get the car though. I said, man, you should have given him that car, man. But he said it wasn't mine, so it never make news. They go up to the up there, North Beach up there in the Gold Coast and all that. Now all of a sudden this problem, all this looting and with this snatch and grab or crash and grab, whatever they call it, that shit been going on forever in the neighborhood. Now all of a sudden it's a problem because it's in a white neighborhood. Come on, man. It's been a problem. Yeah. We used to that.
So as long as crime contained in our community, those of us still live in the community, it's okay. But when it come into the Gold Coast and these different areas, it's a problem now.
It's all up north now. They carjacking. See, that's one thing about these youths now, these black and brown kids. They don't care. Like, even the ones when we was growing up, they used to stay in the neighborhood. Oh, we ain't going to mess with them white people. Oh, these young kids now, they don't care. They going up there. Them white people easy targets now. Now it's a problem. Now it's all on the news. Now they want to get the military in here. They want to get FBI's doing all this stuff. It's been going on for years. Where y'all been? So,
man,
you know it, man.
Boy, you said so much on here, boy. I'm telling you, I'm ready to get off here and go through this and put it back up, boy. I'm telling you, boy, man. See, you kept it 100, man. You kept it real. And I want to tell y'all people, he don't hate the black race. He's not a woman hater. I
love my black people.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. I just hate the things they do.
Right.
Because it don't have to be like this, man. We are the creators of this world, man. We are the chosen people, but we settle for less, man. We want the easy way out, man. We want to let somebody else go to work for 20 and 30 years, carjack them and bust their head and take their car just a joyride for like a day or two and be locked up. But guess what? They doing it because they locked up them 13 and 14-year-olds, and what they do, they let them right out. And they want to do it again.
I say put their picture up.
Man, put their picture up, put their address up, put their mama up, their uncle up. Shame them. Shame them. Shame on them.
Yeah.
But you know they ain't gonna do that, right?
Right.
They not. The white man ain't gonna do that, man. He ain't gonna do it. He's not gonna do it because it might stop, and they don't want it to stop. They just want it to stop in their neighborhood. They don't want it to stop.
Right.
And another thing too, for us, the Chicago police, my shouts out. I got a lot of people. Some of the people there I trained. They started in corrections and went there. But I want to say this too. They need to keep the blacks in the blacks neighborhood, put the Hispanic in the Hispanic neighborhood, and keep the whites in their neighborhood. Them white officers can't come here. They understand. They don't want to understand. They want to shoot. They'll shoot you in your back, and they be quick. They ain't gonna go in their neighborhood and shoot. They come over here all day and shoot us. You can have a white boy with 3 pistols right next to a school with pistols. They gonna talk him down. You can have a they come over here in the black neighborhood. You can have a black youth with a motherfucking water gun next to a abandoned building. They shooting him. They gonna light him up. So keep their races together until they figure this out, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know, different cultures, but this not the time and place for that. Keep them white boys over in their neighborhood. Let them go shoot them up. They're not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let one of them black police officers, Chicago police officers, go in the white neighborhood and shoot somebody.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen. You know that. They ain't gonna,
You already know.
ain't gonna happen.
And I challenge all these black police officers who got white partners to let them come over here and terrorize and harass our black and brown people. You got to speak up. You got to you got to say something, because they're gonna keep doing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think it's gonna get better eventually, because once all these white judges, these Uncle Toms, I call them, once they die out, then it's gonna slowly but surely, it's gonna get better. But it's hopefully we won't be around to see it, but it's gonna get better.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a lot of these racist judges, man. This court system, it ain't right, man.
Yeah,
and they don't care. It's blatantly in our face. They don't care. You going to jail. I don't care. Like, for instance, look, and I even take it to the NFL. Look what Aaron Rodgers did. Lied about COVID. What happened to him? He sat out the game on his own. But look at the black brothers who did lie. Man, they got suspended 2 and 3 games. It's a universal racist culture that people, they don't understand. They don't want to understand. It's different, man. It's different rules for different people, man.
Yeah.
It's different.
Man. Woo, boy, you let us have it. I think I'm about to close this now. Y'all people that want to get in, y'all forgive me, but this is enough right here for me. I'm telling you.
Right, and I got one more thing. No, you got this one guy on here, he just commented, real men fight with their fists, not with guns. No, real men fight with their minds, not with their fists and not with their guns. You sit there and you reason and you try to come to a understanding. You don't fight with your fists or no guns. You fight with your mind, man. We got to come together and we got to stop all this killing, man. We got to start in-house first. We killing each other. What you think them white people don't care about us, man? Let them ninjas keep doing what they doing. And we don't have to do it. But when they get out of hand, we gonna come in and exterminate them. That's all they are. That's all they doing, because they know we the dominant race, man. You know. So I love my black people. I love my black children, and we got to start when they're young, man. With that, like I say, structure. You got to start, man. Just had them accountable for cleaning up their room, making up their bed. You know, just give them little tasks, even if you got to give them like a couple of dollars. Get them, start them doing something, man. Start holding them kids accountable at a young age. Because like I say, once they get old, it's too late. That's what I mean by structure. And watch how that pay off, man. Just watch how that will pay off when they get about 9 and 10, and you keep that going. By the time they 13, they ain't gonna want them streets. They say, no, I don't want to deal with that. I want to go to the museum. I want to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. They want to broaden their minds, man. They want to get out and explore. I still know people, man, that we grew up with, never left the south side of Chicago, never been outside Chicago, man. Never. I've been all over this world, man. I love it. It's a beautiful life, man. I struggled, but I came out of it, and everybody else can. You got to work for it, man. You got to want it, and you got to work for it. It ain't no shortcuts. Shortcuts get your ass in that prison, in that jail. Work hard.
In that grave.
Yeah. So.
All right, Chris. Let somebody else.
I love you, brother. Stay black.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right, man.
I know you, man. Oh my God. Let me bring one more person in. Wow. Ooh. Wee. My goodness. I think it's Earl. Yeah. My. He said a mouthful, didn't he? Man. Woo. Boy, I'm telling you, that brother let us have it. I told y'all. He let us have it. I got to put that back up. Man. Tell you. This live, uncut, unedited, people. I'm telling you. Come on in, brother. Yeah. Come on in, brother. Man, this is wonderful, y'all. I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but we're going to find something to talk about. My goodness. Great conversation. Great conversation. I'm trying to bring my brother in. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. Connection failed. So, all right, people, I'm gonna leave it. Let me see. Who's it? Robbie Frank. Let's see. Can't bring that person on. Okay, I'm trying, people. I'm trying to bring somebody on. I'm trying. I'm trying. Sheila, I see you. I see you, Sheila. Lisa, what's going on? It's called sacrifice, people. If you want to leave the country or go to another state, stop smoking weed, stop drinking for a week and save that money. Or for a month. Sacrifice for them babies. That go for male and female. Live or cut. People, I'm sorry, man. If this person don't come in, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, people. I appreciate y'all coming up. I'm trying to bring y'all in. All right, people, I'm gone. Next time, we'll try again tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. It's live, uncut, unedited. I appreciate Chris for coming on, keeping it 100, people. 100. 100. That boy still got that military training, that correctional guard in him, boy. And I ain't mad at him. Because trust me, my kids will tell you, my first four, they said, man, my daddy wasn't no punk. And he had structure. And I didn't play. Peace out, people. Henry said, let him come in. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see if I can bring you in. Oh, let me see.